Bro, I haven't done this intro in like almost a couple of months, but we are back. It's Cole Rogers, grandson of Steve Rogers, son of Aaron Rodgers, aka Brandon Blanco, with Nothing But Facts, and the bestest co-host in the whole wide world, Mr. Trill Bill.
Hey man, we just back doing what we
Life is
love.
good, but sports is very stressful. Like if we're talking about fantasy, scores are down from like about 30%. That's why there's so much low. Like it's not fun. I'm not having
Let's
fun in
let's not
fantasy.
talk about fantasy. Like
Kyle Pitts betrayed me. Drake London betrayed me. Jonathan Taylor, Matt Ryan, please go retire. I want you to retire. I don't. They even said even if he didn't have a sprained shoulder, they were going to bench him for the entire season. It's over. You're going to be a Hall of Famer. It's over. Your career is done. 28-3. You have not been able to come back from that. I know that's still bothering you, but it is over. You need to retire. But yeah, let's kick on into it. We could talk about that later. I'm very angry because I started him, and you know what's the crazy thing? I could have picked up Daniel Jones. You know what it is that I'm saying that I could have picked up Daniel Jones and he would have given me 32 points. Daniel Jones, Winton. Daniel Jones. I can't even pronounce his name right.
that
Do you
guy is
understand that? I
so
can't even say anything positive about him. But the New York Giants are 6-1. This
I
man
still
literally
don't
looked
know
like
who
he
like
had
bro.
100 rushing yards. Do you not know? I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on in football. The Jets are 5-2. They're in second place. I just don't understand. This is such. It's like the changing of the tide. There's so much, bro. It's not. It's just very stressful. It's not even stressful. I would say it's just like how. It's like when Black
The
Youngster
the
said, like how.
teams hold on, you know what? Nah, that's what I have to pull up right now because I'm like
The Jets and the Giants are fucking 11-3.
including Buffalo. Including Buffalo. New teams in the state of New York are a combined 16-4 this year through 7
Shout out to
games.
Coach the Ball. So shout out to I mean we're gonna see now because Brees Hall just tore his ACL in 65 different ways. Yeah, last year, yeah, it was a torn ACL. RB1, not an RB1 anymore. Michael Carter could fill up the load, but he ain't no Brees Hall. But yeah, let's see what happens now because he was a big part of that offense. Zach Wilson gets it
People got to
done.
remember that North Carolina versus game where he went for like 270 yards down here in
Wait,
Miami.
Michael Carter was the other back with Javante?
Yes, at
Wow.
North Carolina.
You learn something new every day. I really did not know that. I to this day, I've always wondered. There was a second running back with Javante, but I didn't know who. I thought it was
When
just
they
some
ran
guy
for
that who played
500
football.
yards against Miami that day. It was
No, but
insane.
we could talk about Miami later. That team is just hype. That's not the '90s anymore. It's not the early 2000s. They lost to Duke by like 30. They lose the week before
Bro,
that.
they
They
had
lost the week
8
before that.
turnovers.
I have a close friend from middle school. Always he comes down from Tampa every single time they play because he has season tickets. And in my head, I'm just like I see his Instagram story. I'm like,
How do
dog.
you keep making that drive? Like I wouldn't, bro. After this week, I'm selling my tickets for the rest of the season.
Bro, to be honest, going to football games, it's very like going to that Dolphins game yesterday,
Lit.
bro. That's a mission. Like bro. Everybody's just congested. Also, I had 4 hours of sleep, which I should have never done that. But free Dolphins tickets. Who's not taking it? Like, who's not that experienced? Was sitting in the 300s is not bad at all. Those are some nice seats, and we were directly in the middle, so we saw everything. That George Pickens catch, he is him. Seeing a catch like that in person, that was so nice. I just hadn't been to a football game in like 10 years, so going to that, it was a nice experience.
It's wild because just starting with that game right there that you were at, like I can remember all the hype with Kenny Pickett in the preseason. They were like, "Yo, he looks so great. He doesn't look like a rookie." And now it's like, damn, bro, like he looks like a rookie. Like
Bro, it's just a lot of they just intermediate passes with Tomlin and him. Najee Harris, no matter what he does, he has to get like 75 carries to even produce. Um, just a bunch of short passes to move. The Clay that interception, Claypool tripped. I'm not gonna get him on anything like that. Deontay's still a dog, but yeah, Kenny, you can't win football games just throwing 5-10 yard passes. You cannot, especially against a defense like the Dolphins, who's gonna clamp down, which eventually
I'm
they
like, the Dolphins are crackheads. And what's crazy is they found one corner they could go at all night, and he ended up making the game-winning interception. So I'm just like, shit happens. But hey, on the other side, the Dolphins, they weren't as explosive, but shit, Tua survived. The stat that keeps going around: if Tua starts and he finishes, them niggas is undefeated so far this year. Gotta
Tua
give
has a
them that.
great record as a starting quarterback, and there's a reason they lost three straight after he went down. It's not no coincidence. Like the mathematics is right there. They lost three straight when he went down. They come back. Yes, it's the Steelers, but still, Tua is the starting quarterback for a reason. Teddy Bridgewater, I'm sorry, bro. You're from Broward County, but it's over.
He's from Dade. He's from Dade.
It doesn't matter. South Florida, we're all united in one, but it's over, bro. The amount of concussions, the ACL injury in Minnesota, this and that, like it's just over. You can't be a quarterback anymore in the NFL. Skylar Thompson has a better chance, and it's just like, bro, it's done. If it's not Tua, they're cooked. So they better hope this works out.
Yeah, they really do have to hope it works out, just because my biggest fear is it goes two ways with Tua. It's either he gets hurt one more time or this nigga takes y'all to the Super Bowl. And then you have to hand this man who you think might possibly have brain damage $200 million.
Bro, the amount of times, bro, there was yesterday that he lowered his shoulder against Devin Bush. Devin
Bro,
Bush,
I
not,
saw
not
it.
not a cornerback, not a cornerback, not a safety. No, Devin Bush, a linebacker, lowered
He
his
didn't care
shoulder
about
and
his
said,
life.
"Yeah," and then got back up and was like, "I'm good." But in my head, I'm like, "Bro, you just missed 2 weeks and your fingers are going like this because you literally hit your head, and now you're gonna lower your shoulder against a
You were
linebacker."
you were asleep on the football field. Is the black and white definition of what happened, sir.
F that 1 week he was literally stumbling and rumbling, and the second week he was throwing up gang signs, and yet he still doesn't want to slide.
He's
There was a
like,
couple
nah.
of that wasn't just the older play. There was about 2, 3 plays that he literally was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna slide." And then the
Oh,
the
he took
following
on the
play he did
DB at a
slide. So
point,
you
and
know
I was
McDaniel was
like,
like, "Bruh,
I'm just like, you don't care, bro. His parents are gonna have to be like, so we're
we're
gonna
gonna have a
take you
talk with
back to
him."
Hawaii if you keep this shit up, because you about
Ohana
to
means family. We won't be a family if you keep on putting your shoulder down.
exactly. They're
Not
gonna send
putting
us
the
back
shoulder down.
to the fucking island with volcanoes to stop. Okay, your brother got a scholarship because of you. Stop this. Stop
Where is the
this.
brother?
He's a starting quarterback at the University of Maryland.
Oh, okay. I mean, are they doing anything?
Uh he has hot starts to seasons and then they flame out.
I
So
mean, since we
last
started
year,
with the last game, we could go to the second game that I'm looking at in these. We could talk about the Chiefs and the Niners. We could start off. I mean, for fantasy purposes, McCaffrey thrives because he catches a lot of the balls out the backfield, and San Fran doesn't do that much of it. About I think in half PPR he had under 8 points. I believe he only had 2 catches, and it's like if McCaffrey is not catching the football, he's not no Nick Chubb, he's not no Derrick Henry, he's not getting 12, 1,300 rushing yards. So it's like he needs that out the backfield, and if they're not giving it to him, which they really don't because they lean on Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle, it might be looking bad. My overreaction as soon as the trade happened, he was going to be the RB1 just because of the offense. But then spoke to a couple people yesterday, and they were like, "Yeah, they don't pass it to their running backs," and it's like, "Oh, okay, so yeah, it might end up looking bad." But when it comes to just football, yeah, that's a trade you do. When it comes to fantasy, I'm kind of nervous for McCaffrey managers out there.
oh, I mean, you're speaking directly to one. Like this season has been traumatic. Like
I
when
promise you, bro, you just have terrible luck in fantasy.
I look at my team on paper and it's like great team.
It's my
Oh
little
and
sister's
7.
mom. Don't judge me, guys.
I'm just like this season has just been traumatizing all across the board,
Mm.
bruh. Like there's no other way to put this shit. And bruh, it's like you said, questionable fantasy wise, but I think overall football wise, I'm happy for it just because, bruh, they had no running backs left. Like let's literally face it, they were gonna be down to giving Kyle Juszczyk handoffs at this point. When you're using Debo consistently, if Debo is consistently getting 8 to 10 handoffs, Ayuk is getting another 3 to 5, bro. That's not how you should be
I'm
running.
sorry. When you mentioned the fullback right now, I just think of the Drewski video of what they want your fullback to do on third down. Yo, I'm crying right now.
Bro,
Continue though. It's
bro.
just a random thing that popped up in my head.
It's traumatizing. What like that game yesterday. Jimmy G did Jimmy G things, and he's gonna turn the football over.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes down double digit, doesn't bat an eye.
Bro, you know what's the insane thing? I looked at the score, and I don't know if I need to go get new glasses. I thought it was 33-23, and it was 44-23.
The
Wow.
entire time I thought I was losing it because I thought the 49ers were up. I
Bro,
saw
I
this.
thought it was 20. I looked at the score once, and it was 23-28 yesterday, and now I'm looking at it, it's 44-23. Garoppolo did not play bad. 303 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 25 out of 37 for completions. But then the running room, 7 carries for Jeff Wilson, 54 yards. McCaffrey had 8 carries for 38 yards. So it's like I think they're easing him in right now, learn the
Oh yeah,
playbook, this and that. Flying from Carolina to
especially
San
like,
Fran.
bruh, I still like that trade happened. What going into Thursday night? Like
No,
I,
he's built different. He's built different because to like not even the playbook, the jet lag, this and that, and it's like he still played. Props to him. A
I'm
lot of
like,
people would
bruh,
have sat that out
I would have been like, folk, next week debut. You feel me going crazy? But this week, I just got here. I'm
against the Chiefs too. Like, damn,
I'm still trying to adjust to this, but we're gonna have to. It's a track meet out here. They just put up 40.
pretty
Like
much.
23 is a high number for us over here with Jimmy G. Come
Yeah,
on, bro.
Mahomes. Mahomes did his thing. 423 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Clyde Edwards-Helaire did get the touchdown, but he was out carried by Isaiah Pacheco, who started off as the RB1 yesterday.
I don't. Is Pacheco a running back or a receiver?
He's a running back, but
Okay.
nowadays, these people just do any and everything because they're just athletes. But yeah, Pacheco started off as the RB1, 8 for 43. CH 6 for 32 and a touchdown. But then the receiving room, Kelsey 6 for 98. But if this could happen every single week, the Chiefs are gonna win the Super Bowl. And I'm not talking about MVS who had 3 catches for 111 yards, which makes absolutely no sense because that's like, bro, that's what he is. And then the next game he's gonna put up 7 catches for 15 yards because that's just who he is. But yeah, Juju 7 for 124 and a touchdown.
If they
Finally,
can have a
Corvette.
legitimate receiver to Kelsey, that's the biggest thing because Kelsey's gonna get the most attention week in, week
Mhm.
out. Just like how we got with Mark Andrews, like we just need someone to be
But
able
I
to
just
do something.
personally don't understand. Like, if Kelsey's the number one option, just like Andrews is the number one option, why can't that first receiver, like a Bateman or a Juju, go crazy every single week? Juju's done it before. Yes, he had AB along next to across from him, but Travis Kelsey is still gonna draw a lot of attention. Mark Andrews is gonna draw a lot of attention. So I just don't personally understand why Bateman and Juju aren't going crazy.
With Bateman, he's been injured, and then shit is
I think
just
when he's
it's
on the bro, I don't know. Didn't you guys not even throw for like 15 times yesterday or like 16?
16 times in total, bro.
Yeah, I don't get it. This season's just confusing with a lot of these
Bro,
teams.
the game ended at 3:30 yesterday. Like
Oh yeah,
it,
you guys are trying to get out of there.
bro. Like we were just run each team. When you face I need you to understand the first drive of the game was so depressing.
How many
Nick
times did they run
Chubb,
it?
bro, Nick Chubb got like 8 handoffs. I swear to God, and it was just stretch play. Can't stop him. Just running through arm tackles, and then they got to the 2, and I'm like, you might as well just let them QB sneak it because Nick Chubb is gonna walk in, and that's exactly what happened. And bro, there's something true to this. Amari Cooper can't play on the road shit. Like he had 1 catch yesterday, 1 catch for 55 yards, and then he would have had the game winner, but was called for offensive pass interference. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, is something up with him? Jacoby Brissett is not a bad quarterback, bro. I
At
don't care
all.
what
He's a
you
great
say.
game manager.
He's he does his shit, and I'm just like, if they had another receiver and Joku got hurt yesterday, they were dealing with some shit, and we still almost folded like usual, 10-point lead. Bro, when y'all saw the chat, like, bro, we fumbled the ball. It's traumatizing. Whole house was just sitting here like, here we go again.
Going to the next game, we got Seattle just handled the Chargers. I think it's just an off year for the Chargers because it makes no sense, and also just because how I said this year just makes no sense. The Seattle Seahawks, after losing Russell Wilson, after trading Russell Wilson, they're in first place in the division. Geno Smith, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Rashad Penny getting hurt. May he have a speedy recovery. Might have been the best thing for the Seattle offense because Kenneth Walker, that guy is scary. 23
I didn't
carries,
think he had
168
this
yards,
speed.
2 touchdowns, another 70 plus yard touchdown run. And it's just like this season is just weird. DK Metcalf goes down, so you think Seattle's going to be bad against the Chargers? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, one of their cornerbacks got hurt too,
J.C. Jackson, the most
like
expensive corner who's been getting coached.
bad injury. The coach said, but it's the fact
He
that DK
dislocated
goes
his
down.
kneecap, out for the year.
DK goes down. So not Tyler Lockett, who had 7 for 45 yards. No, Marquise Goodwin, 4 for 67 and 2 touchdowns, who had more fantasy points than a plethora of people combined. It just makes no sense. Happy for Geno Smith, happy for Kenneth Walker. And then on the Chargers side, I can't defend Justin Herbert anymore. I know he has Keenan Allen out. Mike Williams just sprained his ankle, even though he did 7 for 86 and a touchdown. But yeah, this team is just very ugly. Like you lose to Seattle, like you scored 0 points in 2 of the 4 quarters. I just don't understand what they're doing anymore.
Well, starting on that Seattle side, I didn't think Kenneth Walker had this speed coming out of Michigan State. I remember him running crazy, having 200-yard games last year, but it would be on 25, 30 carries. Bro's having home run hit games, and it's like, yeah, that's a fantasy alert if I've ever fucking seen one.
That's a league. This is a league winner.
Like,
He wasn't drafted, and if he was drafted, it was way, 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 way late in hopes
he's
that he'll take
going
over for
to
Penny.
win you a league. That is a guarantee this year,
100%.
especially with how their season is going. DK just got hurt. You're not gonna put it all on Geno, and this nigga's hot right now. That's a remedy for a running back
Bro,
to get up.
he had the most rushing yards yesterday amongst all running backs.
And on the flip side, every time I want to believe in the Chargers and let alone Justin Herbert, it's just like, bruh, y'all lay an
Something's
egg.
wrong with them. For the money they spend on defense, all this, the offensive weapons. Keenan Allen is obviously 30. I made that tweet a long time ago not to draft him. His hamstring is silly string, but something's wrong with them. They just they lose these games that they shouldn't lose. Justin Herbert's regular season record is not that beautiful if you want to look at it. But yeah, the only hope they have right now is Austin Eckler, who just loves fantasy and is always going to continue to carry 12 catches and 12 targets, 96 yards, a touchdown, another 30-point game, the RB1. But yeah, something's wrong with this Chargers team. I don't want to hear excuses anymore for Justin Herbert because he has plenty of weapons. This was the year. This was the year they were a Super Bowl favorite, Super Bowl contender, this, that, and the third, and now they're 4-3. They're not the best team in their division. It's the Chiefs' division. There's no way they're gonna take that division from the Chiefs. So it's just like I don't know, bro. There's something wrong with this team.
Oh, it's a lot fucking wrong with that team. There's no fucking question about that shit at all. And what's the next game?
Next game, Texans and the Raiders, 38-20 in favor of Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs, the best thing that ever happened to him was that the Raiders did not extend him. Let me turn off these little blinkers. But yeah, that they didn't extend him because since they did not extend him, he's a
He's
top five
playing for a
running back in
contract.
fantasy. Yeah, he's had 6 touchdowns in the past 3 games, with one of the weeks being the bye. So if you want to say in the past month, 6 touchdowns, 3 games, 6 touchdowns, over 300 rushing yards. 20
The
carries,
other
143 yards, 3 touchdowns yesterday, 7.2 yards per carry. Just like, yo, where was this? Where now because you're fighting for a contract, bro? There's a team that's gonna hand him $80 million, like maybe $60 million. Because the crazy thing is, when you think about it, number one, he's an Alabama back. And then number two, bro, he's not even 25 years old.
Oh yeah, he came out extremely young. That's what people have to remember. He came out as like an underclassman, and he got to Alabama as like an 18-year-old. So yeah,
I personally think Las Vegas folded because chances are Las Vegas probably gonna try to bring him back, and it's like you had the chance to extend him and you didn't want
don't
to.
sleep. That backup running back you seeing right there, Zamir White.
Yeah, no,
He's
no. I drafted him in a bunch of leagues. There's a reason that everyone was like, "Yo, they didn't extend them because of this, because of this, because it's Zamir White." But it's like, as of right now, him and
oh
Zamir
yeah, they're
White
gonna
are
use.
sitting down.
I mean, just think about it. If I'm an NFL team and this is the last year of a running back, I'm gonna run him into the fucking ground. Like, it's just that simple. And I
I
think
mean, he
that
ain't no scrub, and like it's gonna be good for him because either the Raiders are gonna pay him, or bro, there's a team out there that's gonna pay him. There's gonna
I
be a
just
team
think
out. You
back to the
shouldn't pay a running back
preseason.
like that, but there's gonna be a team out there that is desperate, and they're going to give him the bag. Whether
I
it's the
just remember
Carolina
the
Panthers losing McCaffrey, whether it's another team, he's gonna get the bag somewhere.
it's gonna be weird with I would say just the rest. I don't know how they do it though, because bro,
Hell, even the Dolphins.
I'm looking at the rest of that team, just the stats. Like, okay, Devontae, he did his usual 8 for 95, but bro, there's someone who's costing damn near $50 million. There's damn
No,
near
at the tight
50.
end, right?
I'm like, there's a $60 million player missing on the fucking stat sheet right now,
No, yeah, that boy can't stay healthy.
and
And
it's
he's already
like
close to 30, so that was a bad deal. Very bad deal for them, but
it's
it is what it is.
concerning. It's fucking concerning. I will say that much. On the other side, bro, the Texans are just playing right now. They're just playing football. I really feel like they're in the sweepstakes for Bryce Young and or CJ Stroud. It's just who they.
If I'm keeping it 100% honest, Davis Mills doesn't play that bad. He's not no Bryce Young or anything, but at the same time, it's like he's doing what he can with what is given to him.
Oh yeah, looking at
His best
the
receiver,
receiver.
yes. Nico Collins went down. Brandon Cooks is already close to 30. He's had at least 5, 6 concussions in his 7, 8 year career. Their best receiver yesterday had 3 catches for 68 yards, Jordan Atkins. If I'm gonna sit here and say I know who that is, I'm not. I'm not gonna disrespect him because I don't know who that is. He's playing with what he's given and he's doing the best of it. 28 for 41, 300 plus yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. You get me? And then of course Damian Pierce. Shout out to the Florida Gators. That's helping a lot too. But they're just not a good football team at all.
They're just out there trying. I give them that much, but I for sure like it's not a knock on Davis Mills, but
At
I
all.
just feel like
Just saying, he
it's
ain't no Bryce, he ain't no CJ Stroud, and I'm pretty sure the Texans have 2 first-round picks, and both of them are projected in the top 10 right now. So you could easily take a quarterback, and you could easily take one of these weapons coming out of Ohio State or LSU. Even the guy from what's his name?
shit.
I think he's from
If I'm the
TCU.
Texans, I'm not even gonna. I've been hearing a lot about this
Me too.
TC.
I don't know his name, but he's just climbing up the boards.
Quentin Johnston. He's a 6'2", 6'3". He got crazy track speed. Crazy
He's
track
big like
speed.
he big like DK from what it sounds like.
But he's skinny. Skinnier though.
Mm.
Not the weight at all. Shit. Next game, Jets Broncos.
Is that the next game? Yeah, that was the other 4 o'clock game, right? Yeah, the Jets. Like, what else is there to say? The Jets are 5-2, and they're 4-0 on the road. Obviously, they're playing the Broncos. Brett Rippon, even with Russell Wilson, it would probably been the same results. But we have to start giving them their respect. I keep on saying this, and bro. I tweeted about a couple weeks before the season ended. And I mean, the season started. The New England Patriots will be last place for the first time since 2000. As of right now, they're in last place. Even if they win this week, they're still Miami beat them, so they have the tiebreaker over the Patriots. Everybody was like, the Jets are still there. Did the Jets leave the division? And some things never change. Blah, bitty, blah, bitty, blah. Obviously, it's only halfway week through the season. But I promise you, after the season ends, if the Patriots are in last place, I will get permanently banned from Twitter because every single one of those accounts, I'm going to ask them what happened. Because the amount of hate I got, oh, how is this going to happen? The Patriots got better. The Patriots got better? Are you telling me they got better because they signed Devontae Parker, a receiver that's never been able to stay healthy? Like, that's what they got better, right? Because everybody was saying they got better, they got better, they got better. Bro, Mac Jones is not a good quarterback. They're winning games with Bailey Zappa. Yo, like, enough is enough. It's okay. It's called evolution. Nothing in this world lasts forever. Nothing. The Patriots had a good 20-plus year run. Be grateful. Some teams don't even get a 5-year run. They had Tom Brady. They had Bill Belichick. It is time for a rebuild mode. Do not say the Patriots are competitive. Do not say they're going to make the playoffs. This and that. Yes, they were the one seed in the AFC at one point last year, and then what happened in the playoffs? Didn't they lose by like 25 points to the Bills? Bro, like, stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. Give the Jets the respect. This is all going back to the Jets. The Jets are for real. Still need to see more from Zach Wilson. Losing Brees Hall is going to hurt. Playing the Broncos helps. But 5-2, 4-0 on the road. Put some respect. Put some respect on Sauce Gardner as well. Just put some respect on that team.
I feel like the Jets' approach is just don't ask Zach Wilson to go out there and try to win the game.
To be
He
honest.
won't lose. He won't lose you with, but just don't go out
And their
there and try.
defense isn't bad, so they're able to, like, he could rely on them a lot. When you got a
That D
lockdown corner like that,
that D
line.
line for both New York teams is insane. Both
Mm-hmm.
New York teams, fucking insane. Like they
Just
had us in.
like, it starts there. That's how you win those games. Like, the Jets are not a bad team. Zach Wilson, would you rather have Zach Wilson or Justin Herbert? It's a retort. Like, everybody knows the answer, but it's like they're getting by with Zach Wilson as their quarterback. His first game back, he led a drive down and won it. They beat the Packers. They're 5-2. I don't know what else people need to see. Their chances are they're probably going to be a playoff team. They got better records than your team, than my team. Like, you get me? It sounds bad, but they have better records than both the Ravens and the Packers. Like, we need to put respect on these teams.
I
And
will
the
say
Broncos just need to turn the game off and restart and go on to next year. I don't have
it
anything
gives
good to
me
say about them.
vibes of honestly the run with Mark Sanchez, a defensive minded team where you're not asking the quarterback to do a lot, and bruh, they got the right coach in place. You got fucking a lockdown corner on one side. This shit
And
is
they've shown they need to score. Like, they played the Broncos. At the end of the day, that offense is horrible, but the Broncos defense is top tier. The top tier defense.
the two. I don't think people want to accept it. Like people are still gonna go name wise, but two top 5 corners right now are Sauce Gardner, and I'm
One
having
of
a
them's a
stroke.
second year player. One of them's the first year player. Everybody wants to live in the past. Jalen Ramsey, your days are numbered. You're a cool
Sauce
guy,
Gardner and
but
Pat Surtain are the fucking corners of the NFL right
that's what I'm
now.
saying. Like you, Jalen Ramsey, love you, bro. J.C. Jackson, love you, bro. All these other guys love you guys, but it's like, bro, it's called evolution. These
They're
boys are
freaks.
here.
They're
Nick
freaks.
Chubb, Derrick Henry, Kenneth Walker is here. I'm sorry, boys. Like it's just the way of life. Things happen. Next game, who's it? Who's it? Who's it? Oh, it's you guys. I mean, yeah, take it away.
It was
Gus
stressful.
Bus,
He returned, but
16
that
carries, two
was.
touchdowns. Gus Bus, at least you guys won, bro.
I'm like, just look. I don't think people really understand. Like, we threw the ball 16 times, right? But Gus had 16 carries. Lamar had 10. That's 26.
44
Justice Hill,
rushes. You
Justice
guys were
Hill
running. You guys
had
did
another.
not want to be there.
Like, bro, like what? Like, we were just like, let's get in, get out, not lose this game. And I'm not
I think
mad,
also because Mark was like not himself, so they were like, you know what? I don't trust
bro.
Duvernay or Bateman, and
They
my
doubled.
tight end is hurt. We're running the
Honestly,
ball.
it's gonna sound wild. They doubled Mark, but Duvernay has solidly shown he may be our best receiver. Like, he's been consistent all year. He's got the best hands on the team, and he's our punt returner. He's gonna go to the Pro Bowl again. Like,
But I
he's at
personally feel like if like in a
least
more
70
pass happy
sacks.
offense, Rashad Bateman will thrive.
Oh,
4 catches, 43
feel
yards.
like
He had the
a
most targets on
lot
the
of
team.
these Bateman would thrive and likely would
With
thrive.
16 attempts, if I want to be, this man had a 31% target share yesterday. It's like Bateman's not bad. You saw it in the first 2 weeks, coming down with 2 touchdowns, burning Xavier Howard and the Dolphins for like a 74-yard touchdown. But it's just like, bro, there's not enough volume. It's the same problem I'm having with on my fantasy team with Kyle Pitts and Drake London. Those guys are lethal. Drake London has a top 5 target share percentage with Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson, and this is a rookie. But when your quarterback is passing it 18 times a game, 17, 16 times a game, and you're getting 3, 4 targets, you got to do something with those 3, 4 targets. So it's like, you get me? They're not bad players, but the volume is king, especially in something called fantasy football.
And it shit just hits different when it's like, yeah, my quarterbacks we're only throwing this bit 16 times. So think about that. And it's Lamar
Literally,
Jackson. We're gonna have maybe one or two incompletions off the rip. So bitch, we getting maybe 14, 13 good passes. Like, fuck.
mhm.
You need to make every single anything that comes in your radius, you need to turn into fucking Superman for basically, because that might be the only pass you get all fucking game. No cap. Next game,
This is the game. New York Giants defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars 23-17. Giants improved to 6-1 on overall, 3-0 away. Jacksonville Jaguars 2-5, 1-2 at home. Trevor Lawrence completed about half of his passes over 300 yards with no touchdowns, no interceptions. James Robinson, I believe, got in total carries, receiving everything. He got one total target, 0 yards everywhere. Travis Etienne, 14 carries. It's his backfield. I think it was his backfield from the start. James Robinson just started off hot, but since that, it's declined. But it's not even this side because we could talk about this side. The Jaguars don't have a true number one. I still believe in Trevor, but we got to go to this other side. 202 yards from your guy, Daniel Jones, a touchdown. He was sacked just once. He had 11 carries for 107 yards, doing his best Lamar Jackson impersonation with a touchdown. QB2 on the this past week, and it's just like it just doesn't add up to me. It doesn't. His lead receiver had 3 catches for 58 yards, a touchdown. Rondale Robinson 6 catches for 50 yards, but it's just I think it's on that defensive side, and then DeBolt is doing what he has to do to make Daniel Jones look good, creating a lot of design runs for him, and yeah, that's why the Giants are 6-1 right now.
I watched that game, and literally the Jaguars were probably 6 inches away from beating them. Like, Trevor threw a dot as
Mm-hmm.
time expires to Kirk, and he gets tackled at the 1 inch line. And I'm
Oh,
like,
that's depressing.
it. You want to know exactly what it was? When I played you in Madden, you know exactly what I'm
Oh,
talking
like how
about.
I stopped Ron, and yeah, I've stopped a couple people like that.
Like, bruh,
I feel
they
you.
threw the ball short of the end zone, and it's like, why did you throw it short of the end zone? Like, I understand you thought he would get in, but it's like, bruh, like, but yeah, Daniel Jones, he's it
JC Jackson
literally
out for the
New
season.
York.
Sorry to interrupt.
The New York quarterbacks are just being asked to not go out there and lose the game, basically. Just don't fuck up, bro. You have a defense behind you. You have a running game behind you. Yeah, we don't know who the fuck you gonna throw to out here. We'll figure that out during the
He's
game.
making the throws that he needs to make, and then you have Saquon, who is 100% healthy. The Giants will continue to win games as like this as those teams as those bad teams become good, the good teams become bad, and we could talk about 1-2. We could talk about both 12s in Tampa and in Wisconsin. What two teams are taking over? The Giants are improving, the Eagles are improving, a bunch of different teams are improving. Hell, the Falcons are tied for first place with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers after 7 weeks. Like, you
Bro,
get me? This season is
that
stressful.
division isn't even over yet. Like the
It's
Saints
not.
and the Panthers are a game behind.
That's how bad that division is.
Like what? That's terrible. We can talk about that division as a whole, but
I mean,
I
we could
will
talk
say
about it right now because the next game is the Panthers defeated the Bucks 21-3, improving to 2-5 on the bro. Three, 3 points. Brady threw it 49 times. 49 times for just 290 yards. You would think losing Christian, but that's what it always happens. A team loses their
for
star
me,
player and they come out and they go crazy.
the biggest thing, and it stands out to me, they were not running the ball for some fucking reason. Because if you look at the box score, neither team scored in the first quarter. The Panthers scored
Panthers
7
scored a touchdown
in
in each of the
in
last three
each
quarters.
exact. And I'm just like, they never went crazy in any quarter for you to be
No.
like, I have to abandon the run. So why does Leonard Fournette only have eight carries? Rashad White don't even know who the fuck that is, and you know how I am with
I mean,
Jordan.
it got to a point where Carolina was up 14-0 at a point.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's
third
you
quarter
get me.
at that point with
And it's
Brady,
like
he's gonna throw. But
PJ Walker actually, bro, and it's the fact that they did not play like the Panthers as a whole looked like the what the Bucks should be, and the Bucks look like the Panthers. Like, bro, everybody on that team did well. PJ Walker, 16 for 22, just 177 yards. You're not looking at him throw 250. He had 2 touchdowns. Deontay Foreman had 15 carries for 118 yards.
how did
Chuba
the
Hubbard,
Texans let him go?
what happened?
How did the Texans let him go? He was
Hey,
their
it's all good.
starting.
Damian Pierce is there. It's all good. Chuba Hubbard, 9 carries, 63 yards, a touchdown. Then DJ
That's a
Moore
nice
finally came
backfield.
alive, 7 for 69, a touchdown, 10 targets. And then after that, it took a dip. Even Tommy Tremble had a touchdown for 29 yards. But it's just the fact that like they played as a complete team and they came out with a dub. And then Brady over here throwing 50 times. Bro, this man Chris Godwin had 13 targets for 43 yards and 7 catches.
That gives me Deontay Johnson vibes,
You
honestly.
get what I'm saying? And it's like they're not, bro. Mike Evans 9 for 96, 15 targets. Like Brady was just letting it fly, and it's just like the Panthers defense is crazy. But it's like, is this the decline? Is Father Time beating him, or is it the team as a whole? Because it's just like, bro, he's not even a top 20 quarterback right now. I don't think that I think this is the second consecutive week they just get shitted on.
It's
I
the
will double check, but
combination of you don't have your healthy ass receiving core. So teams can just roll out there with corner number one and corner number two on Chris Godwin and Mike Evans and be comfortable. Because you don't have Julio and you don't have fucking all these other people out there and you don't have to be concerned about that shit.
no, there's
But
something really is wrong because they lost to the Steelers the week before that by 2, and then they beat the Falcons by 6 the week after before that.
I'm like, bro, they're not doing anything great at all right now. And they're just skating by. And that defense is not the issue. As much as people want, I'm like, they've only
Buccaneers
given up
defense is top
20
tier. It's the offense.
exactly. I'm like, the offense is over here just folding like fucking chairs. And you can't ask anything else of that fucking defense at this point. Speaking of the other NFC South team, the Falcons, I didn't expect them to do much, honestly.
Yeah, we go to their game, and then we got
I
3 more games.
didn't
I
expect
mean, it's
anything.
the year of the tiger. Like when you and I have been talking, it's finally just waking up.
Just
Literally,
like, how, my thing is, how do you the Falcons lost by 18, but Marcus Mariota threw the football 13 times, bro.
that's what I see. This is what gets me mad because they were down the entire game. From the first quarter, they were down 14, and literally, they still said, "Let me run it 29 times, but we're gonna throw it just 13." So it's like you're not trying to win the football game. Stop saying you don't believe in Marcus. If you don't think he could come back, then put in Desmond Ritter. That makes no sense. As a professional football team, your point is to win the game. Literally, you're down by 14. What on earth makes you think you're gonna run it? You don't got no Derrick Henry there. I don't, that blew my mind to throw it 13 times, but you were down the entire game. Just
Did
say
they
you
run
didn't care to win
Cordarella to the
anymore.
ground?
Like, just say you did not want to, like, you didn't care to win, because if you're down, you lose 13, 17-35. You're down by 2 touchdowns from the very jump of the game, and you throw for 13 times, less than Lamar. Eight completions, 8 completions. This is in a high school and middle school WPPO game. 8 completions. While Joey B throws it 42 times for 480 yards, 3 touchdowns. He even had
Fuck
three
that.
carries for 20 yards and a touchdown. 54
Take
fantasy.
out the 75 yarder. He has 7 completions for what, 40 something
That's
yards?
bro.
49 yards?
Kyle Pitts 3 catches, 9 yards. Drake London 1 catch, 9 yards, 1 target. But yet you guys are down the entire game. I don't want to hear about the secondary for the Bengals. You are down the entire game. Why are you throwing it 13 times?
They got fucking Eli Apple running around out there. Okay?
I know they got on the other side. They got a good corner, but it's the fact that you are down. When you are usually down, people throw the ball. It's not you don't got no top tier offense that you could just run down there, throw it, and then do a little play action pass. You are the Atlanta Falcons. They make fun of you. NBC literally called you poverty. Like, you're the Falcons. You gave up a 28-3 lead in the
I
bowl.
don't even
What,
think that's
what,
legal. I
bro?
think they
But it's
can
just
sue
like,
them
bro,
for
you're down by
defamation.
that. No, I can't lie. NBC did, bro. The intern. I swear that was the most funniest thing. But
I'm
it's the
just
fact
like,
that I just don't understand. How are you guys down and you don't want to throw the ball? I just don't get it. Doesn't I this doesn't make any sense to me, dog. And still, yet they're still tied for first place.
it
That
says a
division
lot
is
about
bad.
that division,
I
bro.
mean, yeah, there's 3 more games left. I want to save what game for last, just because I got a lot to say. But yeah, we could go on. I mean, Dak made his return. 5 turnovers against the Lions. The Lions are showing what they are. Yes, Jared Goff had a great first 3 games of the season, but since then they're 1-5, 0-3 away. 6 points scored against the Cowboys. The Lions are bad. Simple as that. Sun God, bad year for him. Another
He got
injury,
a
concussion.
concussion.
Concussion, 2 interceptions for Jared Goff. That came back 19 for 25 with 207 yards and a TD. Zeke, 2 touchdowns, 57 yards, but yet he was out rushed by Pollard with 83 yards and he carried 3 more times than Pollard, but yet still had less than about 25 yards less than Pollard. But yeah, Tony's never going to see that RB1 role as long as Zeke is there. But yeah, I think this says more to what the Cowboys defense is, because the Lions offense is somewhat top tier. Without Sun God, they've been top tier. But yeah, the Cowboys defense is for real, bro.
It's
Real,
weird
real.
because that game was hella close. Like, I want to say with 10 minutes left, it was 6-10, and the Lions were at the goal line, and that's when Jamal Williams fumbles.
Yeah,
And it's
it was
like,
10-6, and the Cowboys scored 14 in the fourth.
it's like, bruh, that game was close. Like,
Mm-hmm.
off scores a little misleading, and Zeke with his fucking he had 2 1-yard touchdowns yesterday. Like,
And
that
bro,
shit.
he lives at the goal line. He's gonna get that work,
I
even though
mean, when you're
he doesn't really
230
do things
pounds,
anymore. I don't remember the last time he got 100 yards in a game, but it's like, as long as he's grabbing those TDs, it's worth it.
oh, for sure, he's a fucking TD monster at this point. He's like,
But yeah,
look,
believe it or not, the NFC East might be the best division in football, record
that's
wise.
that's something scary to
The
think
top
about.
3 teams, I believe, have 3 losses.
Yeah, I mean, the
Eagles
only
still
two
undefeated,
teams
right?
have a loss. The top 3 teams, only 2 teams have a loss.
Yeah, the
So
Eagles. Yeah, that team's. I obviously it looks like Among Us and the Giants are frauds, but we're gonna see. We will see, especially when it comes to those later games when it gets cold, when the division's on the line. Somehow, someway, the NFC is always up for grabs by week 17. So we'll see how that goes.
I don't understand how they're always playing for the fucking division in week
That should
17.
that is so funny. It literally is like that every single week. The last week of the season, they're playing for the division. Um, 2 more games left. The second to last game. Matt Ryan. I mean, it started off with Matt Ryan. He's getting benched. 3 turnovers against the Titans. They lose 19-10. 2 interceptions, I think, before the first half. Jonathan Taylor can't seem to find himself because the offense is so bad. So Sam Ellinger will step in. Hopefully that wakes things up. But yeah, the Colts are 3-3-1. Matt Ryan, as I said, please go retire. Ryan Tannehill did barely anything with 132 passing yards, but when you have your running back rushing for 4 less yards than what you threw, you don't really need to throw that much.
Not at all. I mean, look at who his receiver one was. That's not a receiver one any fucking where. Austin
Leading
Hooper.
receiver Austin Hooper, one
This
good
man has
year,
been
finessed the bag from Cleveland.
Bruh, exactly. Like, bruh, he was in Atlanta, said, I'm going to catch 30, 40 passes, go get the bag from
I'm
Cleveland,
gonna be a
finesse
top five
them.
tight end, and then I'm gonna not do anything else.
Cody Hollister, don't even know who that man is. And then Robert Woods.
The only reason I didn't say his name because I didn't know if his name was Cody. I'm just looking at C. Hollister, and I didn't want to disrespect him.
I'm like, bruh, who these people are? Don't know. But Titans doing Titan things. Defense playing strong. And literally, Tannehill falls into that Daniel Jones and Zach Wilson category.
Yeah,
Just don't fucking lose the game, bro. That's it. We gonna
he
beat
would
him
not
every
be a quarterback
game.
there anymore if Derrick Henry was never there.
Oh, for sure. For sure. If
I don't
they
even think
didn't
they
have
trade for him. I think they just had Henry, and it's like, bro, they just needed a game manager. They made the playoffs for how many years? They went to the conference title game. Like, you get me there. Not a bad team, especially when King Henry's back there. But of course, he's creeping up in age, close to 30. And then going on the other side, Jonathan Taylor, 10 rushes for 58 yards. I think he's just trying his hardest because he can't really 7 catches for 27 yards. But it's like, bro, Matt Ryan, please go. It's sad to say, but I think they have a better chance with Sam Ellinger under center. Young kid fighting for nothing, literally just trying to make a name for himself. Yo, I'd rather rock with him than Matt Ryan.
my biggest thing with Matt Ryan is he is
31.3 QBR
he's just he just he's not gonna move. Like when I mean when he
at
sees
all.
the rush come, he pulls a Brady. It's like fuck it, I'm not even gonna throw it away. I'm just
Yo, he's
dropping to the
way too
floor.
old at this point. He
And
never
it's
had that speed, and now he's just old. So
he
it's like,
used up all that speed on that play against Virginia Tech back at Boston College.
probably.
And he's like, look, I used it there and at my 40 time for my pro day. Other than that, I can't help you, big dog. I can't
Mm.
run to save my fucking life. And
Michael Pittman had a fumble there too as well. But yeah, the Colts just right there. Quarterback change is probably what's best for them. And yeah, same thing with the we could bring it on to the next game because the next game their starting quarterback went on the IR and they got the dub with their backup. So let's see what happens to the Colts. And that's going to end this little NFL subject with the Packers losing to the Commanders by 2 points. Aaron Rodgers not even 200 yards passing. We're 3-4, 1-2 away. You know what it is that we have 3 wins and 4 losses. We're on a 3-game losing streak, and guess who we have to play next week? Just guess. Don't even look or anything. Just guess who we're playing next week.
the Vikings.
No, Aaron Rodgers for the first time in his career, if I'm not mistaken, if I read this tweet right, is going to be a double-digit underdog because we play 17 in Buffalo. So we're 3-4 on a 3-game losing streak, and we have to go play the Bills. Aaron Rodgers, I wouldn't be mad at you, and I would not be surprised if you retire after this year. I wouldn't be surprised if after this game you retire. Or with the way the NFL works and sports works, we might end up winning this game. But it's just the fact that we're on a 3-game losing streak. We lose to the sorry Commanders, and now we have to play the Bills. We have to play the Bills now. There's nothing to say. I really don't know what else to say because Washington's defense is not good, even though it made us look bad. Bottom 5 when it comes to allowing points per game to receivers, and yet we still couldn't get the dub. Losing to Taylor Heineken. Bro, I don't have anything to say. Especially when I woke up today and I saw that we were. Why are we? We're playing. Oh, okay. Yeah. Wrap it up. 3-5. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. We're gonna be 3-5. There is no way we're beating Buffalo. Like no possible way, unless Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers from 2014 or the past 2 years. We are not beating Buffalo. So there's nothing else to say. We got handled to us. Aaron Jones 2 touchdowns, yet he had literally 23 yards on the ground, 53 yards on the air. Our leading receiver had 55 yards. I don't 194 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyler Heineke had 201 yards. It's just not. It's not fun, bro. 3-4. This is not the Packer way. Same thing with the Buccaneers. Like there's no words to say other than that. What the f are we doing? Just like Roger said it yesterday. What are we doing to lose to a team like this? To lose 3 straight. Don't just say we missed 17 over there in Las Vegas because there's a lot more going on than just 17 that could help us win these games. It's sad. It's literally sad.
It's a combination of a lot of shit. I watched the highlights. First of all, Terry McLaurin went off at a point yesterday. I don't know if
About
Jair
time.
Alexander started talking to him or some shit, but he started talking shit, and I was like, "Whoa, relax, bro." And bro, when your leading receiver is Aaron Jones by 3 receptions, like clear by 3 receptions. And then it goes Alan Lazard at 6. And then the next closest nigga is fucking Robert Tonyan. I don't even know why Sammy's fucking dressing at this
3
point.
fumbles, 2 we lost one, but it's just like, bro, it's unacceptable. Like there's I don't I think we've had one guy drop 100 plus yards this year, and it was Lazard back in like week 3. There's not much to say. Like there really is not much to say besides this Packers team is not a good team. All these powerhouses teams from last year are at the bottom of their conference. And going to the Commander side, they're 3-4 now too. Tyler Heineke played better than Carson Wentz did the entire year. Brian Robinson finally got some volume, 20 carries for 73 yards. Yet I still think Antonio Gibson is the better guy. 10 carries for 59 yards, more efficient, and he also had a receiving touchdown for 3 catches, 18 yards, and a touchdown. Brian Robinson got 2 catches for 13 yards, but I just personally think Gibson is the better player, even though they did draft Robinson.
It's
But
a
yeah,
nice
there's not much.
spectacle, though.
That team needs a quarterback. That team, pretty much, because the defense is good. Chase Young is eventually going to be back. I would say they have a better future than us, if I'm keeping it real, because they're gonna draft a quarterback. We know that. They have 2 running backs. They're going to eventually pick one, and they still have a receiver in Terry McLaurin. I don't think he's that good, but he made us look bad yesterday.
Oh, I would assume they'll in this upcoming draft they'll probably get they'll get a quarterback and they'll get another receiver to go
There's gonna be
next.
enough receivers for sure. Curtis
Just
Samuel, he had a good 2 weeks, and he was like, "Amber Alert, I'm gone. I tricked all y'all."
bro, Curtis Samuel finessed the world coming out of fucking Ohio State as a
Oh,
first
he's
round.
Ohio State boy. Oh, I know he's making them look bad. That's an
Like,
Ohio State boy. Damn, that's tragic. That
bro,
is tragic.
shit's terrible. Shit is terrible.
Michael Thomas
Transition.
gonna retire too. That boy can't stay healthy.
We got the NBA back. It's fucking the Holy Land is back. Fantasy basketball. Got to set our line. I got to set my lineup for tonight because I forgot to set it the other day. Cost me a week 1. But yeah, it's fucking lit. The Heat are 1-2. We at least got a win the other day. I'm happy about that. We was fighting in the win. I'm not that happy, but shit, we out here, we thugging it. The fucking
First week of basketball is always fun to just look at it and just get overreactions. You got the Philadelphia 76ers at the bottom of the East at 0-3, but then the Utah Jazz are in first place in their conference at 3-0. It's basketball. It's just sports in general. This thing is amazing because in a month, it's gonna be 1,000% different.
oh, of course, like, bro, I really, if I had to look at one of these teams at the bottom besides the 76ers, of course, and I would say besides the Heat, I really do think that the Magic can do something this year. Once they
I
get
personally think they're gonna be a team that they're super young and like it's kind of like not even OKC because this Magic team, I think they know what their core is. But hell, if you could try your hardest but end up still with the top 3 pick, you never know. You get what I'm saying? They're not a good team. They're not going to win a championship. They
oh
get
no,
to they get to the playoffs is just for confidence. They're not doing anything in the playoffs. So you might just try hard, just like Detroit, and try to get Victor. Because if Victor ends up with Paolo or Victor ends up with Cade, GG's. I'll catch you in 2045 when I'll start watching basketball again. That pretty much. And when it comes to point differential, besides the Mavs who have a 19.5 because they destroyed Memphis, the Pelicans are plus 11. The next highest is the highest actually besides the Mavs, and this is a sleeper. This is a team that with Cliff on the other pod. I said that don't be surprised, like the dark colors, the Cleveland Cavaliers to make the finals, plus 13 right now.
the biggest thing I've noticed with them is they've just like even with Garland being out, Mitchell's comfortable already. He's like, fuck it. Like I know
He
I
should be
got my
more
new
comfortable that
experience.
his other guys out now. I
I
can do
can shoot
whatever I
this
want.
bitch again. Like I'm back in Utah. I can pass it. I got Kevin Love, knockdown shooter. I got Mobley. I got fucking rebounders, multiple rebounders, and yeah, we can make this shit work.
And as of now, he's gonna be that number 1 option with Garland out. But yeah, that team's not bad at all, bro. Atlanta is very scary. That backcourt is very scary. John Collins is a nice third piece doing double stuff, but that backcourt is they could hit you with 50 and 25 a night.
To me, the
Hit you.
forgotten player on that team is gonna be, if I'm not mistaken,
DeAndre Hunter.
fuck no. Clint Capella is gonna be so important come
Oh
every
yeah, for sure.
playoff
Bro,
time.
he's been important since he came into the NBA.
Like
The
he's
perfect
gonna
center
be,
you want.
and the fact that, damn, they're letting the the big man from that played with the Ball brothers, get minutes as well. He got 21 minutes the other night, got 13 and 9.
Yeah, you took him in like the top 7 picks. You might as well play him.
Oh
See
yeah,
where
you
he's
have
at.
to. You fucking have to.
You
But
have
it's
to.
like, and I don't care what anyone says. Like, I've watched a fucking Houston Rockets game this year. Like, that team is interesting as hell to watch. Like,
It's just another thing like the Magic and the Pistons. They got ballers. Jalen Green's gonna be one of the best scorers of his generation. Man just gets buckets. Kevin Porter fills the stat sheet up, and they're just super super young. Jabari Smith, they're all under 25 years old. It's just hard. You gotta let these people grow and see what
Jabari
they're gonna
Smith
become.
is gonna be, to me, the big question mark, because I'm like, if he's too good, then you almost fucked if you get Victor. But if he's a good third or second option, basically, then yeah, when Victor comes
Whatever
along,
team is drafting Victor, everybody on that roster needs to know that they're taking a step back.
oh
It's
yeah,
just that simple. You
like
have to know we're taking this guy's. This guy's been the best prospect since Zion, since LeBron, this, that, and the third. But it's like if my team is drafting him, I have to know I'm gonna take a step back. Like it's just, especially if he's coming to a young team like Houston, like Jalen Green, got to look at him and be like, all right,
pick and roll, pick and pop. All right, big dog.
all right. Look at me. I'm still putting up my 25, but you're Victor. I need you to do something too. The
I'm
Jalen
looking.
Green, that boy, a hooper. He came from the G League, right?
Yeah, he did the G League Ignite shit.
Mm. But yeah, him. Then you got the Kings 0-3. Please, someone, please, God, I tell you every night, please go save De'Aaron Fox. Please don't let him waste his career over there. Please, 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 please don't. A contender could
You
use,
could use
bro.
him in
Please,
Miami. Have a
please.
Kentucky backcourt.
The Lakers, I just got a report again from Bleacher Report. They're 0-3. LeBron, just get that record and then go live some Hollywood life. But they're talking about exploring the trade again with Russ for Mike Conley, Jordan Clarkson, and Rudy Gay. And it's just like I personally feel like it's somewhat desperate because it's like, bro, Rudy Gay, isn't he like 38 years old already? 37? It's like I don't, bro. Now it's desperate because it's like Jordan Clarkson and Mike Conley and Rudy Gay.
Wouldn't this be like Jordan Clarkson's third time playing on the
But
Lakers?
it's just the fact that it's like, what is this gonna give you? It's not like it's gonna give you production. Of course, Clarkson and Conley could shoot the three better than probably everybody on the Lakers. But it's just like, bro, this does not make you. This is not taking you over the hump.
Oh, in their mind, this is the answer. Their mind, this is the fucking answer.
Might as well get rid of Russ and go get Buddy Hield. Like you get, I'd rather have Buddy Hield and Miles Turner than any other trade package because you're not getting. You need to send Russ somewhere where he can just have fun and be on his own. He go to Indiana, he's gonna do a triple double, but they're gonna win 15 games, and they're gonna look at Russ and be like, "Thank you for Victor. Now get off my team."
I don't know what Russ is gonna do. I really do feel like once he's traded, because I don't think he ends the season on the Lakers,
There's no way he
then
does.
he's
Bro.
going to get bought out because I don't think that Russ is gonna sit on a non-contender. I
Probably
really
go get
feel
like a nice cheap deal for a contending
I
team
feel
just
like
so he
he's
can
going
win a
to get
championship.
to a point where it's like, fuck it, I'll go to Boston, I'll go to Milwaukee, I'll go to a fucking
Shit, Golden State.
I'll shit on the Lakers and go right back to I'll go to the Clippers and be a fucking defender. Like
For real, but I'll be third string point guard. I'll just I'm the new Pat Bev,
exactly.
even
Like
better.
to me, he's got options. I don't think if that Pat to me, Buddy Hield trade works best for both teams, but I question those draft picks because I'm like, bro, 2027 and 2029. Like I honestly
That's so far away.
like even if you like I can't even try to do research on that, bro.
Bro, it's like in dynasty leagues when someone sends in football, someone sends me a 2025 first, and it's like, bro, I don't even know if I'm gonna like, bro. It says, bro, God forbid, I don't even know if I'm gonna still be alive in 2025. That's how I look at it. It's like, bro, I don't even know if I'm gonna be
I
playing
don't even know
fantasy
if we're
football
gonna
in
have
2025.
football.
I don't even know if I'm gonna be in this league. Why are you sending me a first round pick? I don't even know the top prospects' name in that class. I'm thinking of just the following year. People sending me first round picks for 2025, 2026. It's like, bro, can you relax? Can you just slow down a little bit?
I'm just like a 2025 first rounder would mean that kid is probably a freshman in college right now. Like
He doesn't know that a professional team just traded for him.
he's
He's
like
over here trying to pass ENC 1101. He does not know what's happening.
he's like shit. It's getting real, but hey, the Knicks I've been seeing a lot of interesting talk about them. It's playing good basketball.
I mean, it is good basketball. The last one we had, I believe, 5 people in double figures: Brunson, RJ, Obi, Julius. I'm forgetting someone else. Cam Reddish almost saved us against Memphis.
I know
Um,
D Rose had a good game as well
that
somewhere.
I think he was the last guy that scored double figures. Against Memphis, John Moran had a goaltending on Jalen Brunson, but they're not gonna call it because he's a superstar. I don't want to hear anything about Memphis because the Knicks almost beat them on opening night. But yeah, we're not no joke. Cam Reddish, just please perform well. But I just personally think the Knicks aren't a joke. I just think we're the laughing stock, so we don't get those calls or anything like that. Because you could go look at the replay. This man jaw literally the ball hit the backboard and it was coming back and jaw blocked it. I'm I'm 99% sure that's a goaltend. But of course, let's not call it for 1-2 because it's 1-2 at the end of the day. But yeah, I think we're going to be a lot better than people expect. Like a lot better. Like I don't think we should be I think we're for sure going to be playing in the play-in game, but bro, give me us over Washington, give me us over Indiana, give me us over Detroit, Orlando. I want to see us play you guys cuz it's like at the end of the day, a lot of teams in the East got better and made improvements, and all you guys did was get some new hair for Jimmy Butler. Other than that, it's like
Oh, it's gone.
let me give the bag. Oh no, I'm just saying in general. Like that's literally what did the Heat do this season? Give the bag to Tyler Harrow. Bam hasn't been performing well. Jimmy Butler wanted to go put some weave on his head to get people mad, and since then you guys are 1-2 now. So it's like
You
you get
want
me.
to
It's like you
fight
haven't
back.
improved. You also lost PJ Tucker to a contender in the 76ers. So it's like you guys didn't improve. You guys actually went backwards, and it's like let's see what happens now because a lot of these teams improved. Even bro, I know I'm a Knicks fan. It might sound biased, but even we did improve. We actually have a point guard now. Derrick Rose is in 2009. Derrick Rose. We don't need to rely on him anymore. We have a young Villanova player. Who Villanova players we all know about them. They play 4 years and they're ready to hoop once it comes to the NBA. So that's why I personally like man, I'm happy this year. I'm not like I'm content. We're not gonna win the finals unless RJ Barrett becomes Michael Jordan, but like we're gonna be really exciting this year. Point differential is plus 10.5. Literally, I'm looking at that right now. That is fourth best in the Eastern Conference. So, you get me? Obviously, it's only 2 games in, but gotta look at the positive sides of things. And then going to the West, man, you can speak on it right now. Dame was like, "How long should I stay loyal?" Them boys are 3-0. He might be like, "Okay, I'm on to something."
Honestly, that whole situation, I'm like, yeah, they started out hot, and that game against the Lakers, they should not have won. Like honestly, like they were down by 12 at a point in the fourth quarter. Like it was bad, and then
Mhm.
Dame just said, "Fuck this. They have no one who can guard me," and that's literally what happened. I don't understand how you just let one person beat you. It's not like anything else happened. It was just Dame go crazy, and yeah, that shit's insane. The Jazz 3-0. I don't think I don't think you could have found someone to bet
Third best
on
point
the
differential
Jazz
in the
being
West right now.
2-0.
At all.
Like
Worst case
like
scenario, you lose both. You lose your one and two, first and second option on a team. You would be at the bottom of your conference in any type of sport. And them boys are straight at the top. They're like Victor, who? Nah, we got Colin Sexton.
and Laurie Markkinen is out here going
I totally
crazy,
forgot he's
looking
over
like
there.
he's back in Arizona. Man had 31 the other night, going like 24 and 13 against Minnesota himself. Like, hey,
Bro, you know what's the crazy thing with the Jazz? They beat Denver by 123 to 102 the first game.
opening night.
Then they beat Minnesota. Then they beat New Orleans, and now they play the Rockets. So they might be looking at 4-0 to start the season, and they didn't beat 3 bad teams. You get me? One got the back to back reigning MVP. The other one just
Oh, they
traded for
played the
Udoka.
Rockets back to back at that.
Hey, hey, but the thing is with back to backs, they scare me because most of the times I've real bro. There's patterns. Any team that plays back to back against each other, the winner of the first game ends up losing the second game. Like there's a good chance. But yeah, still, nonetheless, they might be looking at 4-1 or 5-0 after these 2 games.
Yeah, the other thing I'm noticing is back to backs are happening a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's that's like the new wave. But hey, I'm not mad at the NBA for that. At least you realize and
But I
save.
think there's going to be weeks that like teams play like only 2 games and have mad rest because I'm pretty sure I have a couple of people in my leagues that they're only playing 2 games this week, and then there's some that are playing 4 games this week. You know what I mean? It's just completely different. I think trying to make it fair for everybody.
Shit. All I know is fantasy lineups, prop bets right now, fucking money lines. That's all I really know.
Oh yeah,
So
player props. I set some player props tonight. I'm in some different leagues in basketball where you don't have to set your lineup every week. You just set after a matchup, after that player's matchup, you either have the chance to lock it in, and if you don't like their score, you could take the risk and see what they do the next game. In the next game, you get me? It's a lot. It's a lot easier than literally having to set your lineup. But God forbid, like Luca drops 50 points and then I don't start him. Like I don't lock in his score. But next tomorrow he drops 77. Then look, it looks better for me. But he could drop 10, and then I'm like, oh fuck, you get me?
you're fried.
It's a
Understandable.
way different method, but it's way better.
Understandable. Well, shit. We're gonna hit our hour. Let the people know where they can find us now that we back in all that good shit.
Look at those two ads right. Oh, wait, one. Oh, you know what's the crazy thing, Winton? Why I need to just go home and I
Yeah,
just
because
need to lay down. I
you
went through
tried
here
to.
thinking my hand was gonna pop up on your camera like we're in the multiverse. But yeah, as always, follow me on Twitter at mbf_clo, mbf_trill, mbf podcast on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, all that good stuff. Today I had a Dolphins game yesterday, but we're gonna be here every Sunday, 5 p.m. EST. Win those matchups, win that money, and yeah, the Knicks are back, baby. You guys be safe.
We're back too.